sin. One team here might need to ask for forgiveness, sitting just outside the rankings and wanting what their opponent today has, a spot in the top 25. Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field over the 12th man and the Texas A&M Aggies. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the SMU Mustangs, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. So SMU's offense takes the field to start this game off. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sundays.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand. Big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them today. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Throws to the tight end. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. To the air on 2nd down. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Just keep slinging it. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. What a disappointment. No good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score. The Aggies offense will try to get something started with their first possession. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this.
Oh, he's got some space. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the 1st down, keep this drive rolling.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
On the run, still looking. Breaks the tackle. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center nowadays in football. You can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Pocket breaking down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He's going for it all. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. To the air, it's Jennings. And they can't make the connection.
I think the quarterback just needs to settle down and take his time. Be confident knowing you can step into these throws. When you step into it, it'll help your accuracy. That throw, throwing it off his back foot, led to the incompletion.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have helped. Oh, they're trying to trick him. It's a fake. Fires to the right. And the pass is incomplete, and the fake punt is a wash. They managed to get the throw off, but couldn't get the completion. You always wonder, why not just leave the offense out there and run a pass play? To the ground with the back. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Gotta love how this defense started the football game. They forced the punt on the first drive. First play now, come out, set the tone. Great run defense, forcing a negative play and putting their defense in a good spot.
Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. And the Aggies trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Absolutely perfect. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brinson. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Back to pass, it's Jennings. Throws for the tight end. Complete in the middle. Up near the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39, a pickup of 15. Last season, Kevin Jennings took over as the SMU quarterback, and they went 11-1 before stumbling in the ACC championship game and in the college football playoff. What does he need to focus on in terms of improvement?
Just avoiding the turnovers, Reese. If Kevin Jennings does that, and this offense is virtually unstoppable because of his ability to extend plays and create his accuracy throwing vertically down the field, SMU has everything they need. Rhett Lashley is going to have a lot of fun calling plays. If this guy takes that next step, watch out. This is a team vying for the college football playoff.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on 3rd down. Wants to throw it. Unloads to the right. It's caught downfield. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. They've been completely lethargic in this first half, but finally some signs of life.
And we've seen it, Reese, throughout time, throughout college football history. You get that one big play, momentum starts to come in, and I don't know what it is. It changes everything. Maybe that's the play they needed to finally get some points on the scoreboard before the half.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. They were really starting to put a drive together. After a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Fires to the tight end. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. The Mustangs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The defense burns their 3rd and final timeout of the half. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. From the gun, wants to pass. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass. And they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture. Pre-snap to post-snap.
Oh, trickery! He'll try to run it in. And they thought they could pull off the surprise. Well, the surprise was on them. A stop. It's nice to be a riverboat gambler and all, but man, oh man, when it goes against you, it can be ugly. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting them a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Looking for a man, it's Reed. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this 1st half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in College Station for a fun 1st half than you? And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Kyle Field.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Mustangs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky, and if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different-looking football game.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Brings it down on the right side. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? To the air, it's Reed. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
So surprised we have not been calling this guy's name more. He's one of the best tight ends in the country, but give the defense credit. They have had an outstanding game plan, limiting him.
Turning it on! Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Not much room to run. Let's give him one to the 33.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
Quickly out to the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. They'll send out the kicker here. And after putting an earlier field goal up, they'll try it again, this time a 45-yarder. Just drives it between the uprights. They double their lead up to 6 here in the third quarter.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
The returner will field it and bring it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Trying play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football. Now they face third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On the move, he fires. That's reeled in. It's Knight. Breaks into the open. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Scanning the field, it's Jennings. Unloads to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out. If they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. To the air on first down. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Not the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Off play action on first down. Makes the catch. He gets it in. Touchdown, Mustangs. Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And the extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. They had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Reed. They'll run the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, 3rd and long coming. Grabbed in the middle. It's Concepcion. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. The defense will try to hold up one more time. Under 2 minutes to go. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. Fires to the big fella. They'll stop him short, just what they needed as they get the ball back for their offense. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
The Mustangs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. The give to the tailback. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Touch pass on the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. On the run, it's Harden. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you've got the football, you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this 3rd down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
So here we are on 4th down in this field goal kick. It's a fake. He's looking to pass. And they're not going to pick up the first down on the wanted to be aggressive, throw caution to the wind. They might have been better off playing it safe there. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Quick completion on the out route. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Second down coming up. Back to pass. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He holds it in and nobody's close. Touchdown, Aggie! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Who can you count on those big moments? Who can make those big plays? Who do you trust? And they trust the receiver to run a go and to run right by the DB. He makes the play, breaks the tie, takes the lead for this football team.
Wants to pass. Rushes on him.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. He's got great speed. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that. They'll start this drive going to the air. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
This offense hasn't had a ton of success today. It's because I think of some of the issues in the passing game. They've never had the rhythm. Protection has been a bit spotty and iffy. Quarterback's got to raise his level of play here.
There he goes. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
And this team's been very solid all across the board. And it's got to be a fun unit to coach, especially when you got cornerbacks out wide that you can just depend on. You can leave them on islands. You can vary coverages.
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, SMU! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
They're going to go for two here and try to extend that lead to a field goal. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Incomplete on the two-point try. They tried to push this lead out to a field goal. They'll have to settle for holding a one-point lead. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Mustangs. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And right down the middle. So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. inside his own 15. Let's see how far he can get. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. Time's running out, Jesse. They're in a world of trouble, but as long as you've got a few ticks, there's a chance.
And they've got a quarterback, David. Just going to have to come down to some good old...
Lofts one high and deep. Makes the grab on the right. There he goes. Steps into the end zone for a touchdown, and man, oh man, time was about to run out on him, and now they need the two-point conversion to tie.
Man, what a great job on this. And listen, we'll break that down later, but it's go time now. It's two-point conversion time. You got to go to your script. You got these written down in a section. Two-point plays. You didn't know it was going to be this crucial, but late in the ball game, this will decide the game.
First things first, they have to recover the onside kick, and then they'll have time for probably just one play.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
You sort of think that over the years you get immune to these types of upsets, but this one is a shocker that might go on the list of all time.
Dude, huge win. Like, you can't say enough about being a team with a considerable talent disadvantage. Like, you're the underdog for a reason. You go with, this is a top 10 team you're playing against. Like, everything says you shouldn't win, but Palmer, they came out and they absolutely took care of business.
Yeah, they showed up in the biggest moment. You got to give these players a ton of credit. They may not be as talented as their opponent, but this was a game and an opportunity that they took advantage of. They made the plays they needed to make. They put the rest of college football on alert with this win. This is one these fans will be talking about for years